Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for May 12th. May 12th is the 132nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 133rd in leap years, with 233 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is capricious. Capricious is an adjective that means governed or characterized by a quality of sudden, impulsive, and seemingly unmotivated motion or action, governed or characterized by a quality of sudden, usually unpredictable condition change or a series of change, characterized by a disposition to do things impulsively. In other words, capricious means impulsive or unpredictable. Changing winds can be said to be capricious. Lady Luck is capricious. Nobody likes working for a temperamental, capricious manager. This word comes to us from French, Latin before that. First known use of the word capricious is about 1601. Capricious. And with that, the Donner Party, also sometimes called the Donner-Reed Party, departed Independence, Missouri on May 12, 1846, headed out the Oregon Trail for California. This was a trip that typically took 4 to 6 months, by which it would be reasonable to expect that they should arrive in California somewhere between September to November. Unfortunately, they ran into a series of difficulties and delays, exacerbated by an attempt to take a difficult and unsuitable shortcut that, in actuality, added about 20 miles to their route and was not suitable for wagons. They had to abandon livestock and possessions along the way. Tensions arose among the group. Violence followed. But they trudged on, and on their way through the Sierra Nevada mountains, they got caught in a snowstorm. As bad as things had been up to this point, it was a walk in the park compared to what was to come. They were stranded up there in the snow for nearly 4 months before rescuers could get to the ones who were still alive, and of the 87 souls who had embarked with the Donner-Reed Party, only 48 survived. Mercy. Before we get to the song of the day, let me just say that I'll include a link to a previous episode for May 12, just in case you'd like to see what I talked about in a previous episode for this date. Today's song is Hello by Lionel Ritchie. Hello has been described as melodic and heart-wrenching, and I'd have to agree. Hello was released in February of 1984 and hit number 1 on May 12, 1984 for the first of 2 weeks in the number 1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. The story on this song is that record producer James Anthony Carmichael had come to see Mr. Ritchie, and Mr. Ritchie greeted Mr. Carmichael with the phrase, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?" Whereupon Mr. Carmichael said, "Finish that song," in yet another case of the events of everyday life inspiring a work of art. Also, as often happens, Mr. Ritchie wasn't crazy about the work for a while. He thought it was corny, but he finished it anyway, and I think everyone is glad he did. Also of interest regarding Hello, we can find reports of a songwriter who, in July of 1984, accused Lionel Ritchie of plagiarizing the melody of a song she had written in 1978. Her song was called I'm Not Ready to Go, and she wanted $1 million, wanted him to stop singing Hello, ban all production of recordings, and turn all royalties over to her. The case ended up before a jury in 1991, and that jury found Mr. Ritchie not liable in this case. And so we are able to enjoy this beautiful song today. I've included a link to the official music video, which adds a little story to the song, but if you'd like to hear the song by itself without the dramatization, which I recommend, I've included a link for that too. Hello by Lionel Ritchie. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in the description. Alrighty, that's all I could think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Do not disturb.
Okay, I turned Do Not Disturb on.
Good job. Third time better be a charm. There's no "the" there. One more time. Attracting. Just read the whole thing over. Are you making some sound? Get on out of here. Yeah, we're gonna edit that out. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.